All right, welcome to Tips for Tuesday. This week we're going to go over some shoulder and scapular stability exercises. So a couple weeks ago we did some shoulder mobility work and some bands and such. All right, and today we're going to work on some strengthening stability exercises. One of the things that we see with some new people that come through our doors here and really in today's society is a kyphotic posture. So Leah is just going to show us kind of what that looks like. It's hard for her to get into it. She's so upright. Right, but really what it looks like is just rounded and forward shoulders, and we call that upper cross syndrome. There's a lot of reasons why that can happen, and today we're just going to touch on a couple strengthening exercises that will help mitigate that problem. But some other things are some tight anterior structures that may need some loosening up with lacrosse balls and foam rollers and band stretching and things like that. A couple of those we covered in a few episodes back. But today we're going to focus on some upper body posterior chain strengthening to work on mid-thoracic strengthening and stability. So specifically the rhomboids, mid-traps, those kind of things. Those are the muscles that we're going to be focused on, and those things that really help draw the shoulder blades down and in. What we want to see is, we want to see in their shoulder blades a nice, what we call, if my hands are shoulder blades, we want to see a depression and retraction of the shoulder blades as opposed to an elevation protraction, right? That's protraction is a rounded out. So we want to retract it and depressed it in. So these two drills here that we're going to do are going to help with that. All right, so the first one that she's going to demonstrate for us today is called a reverse snow angel. So what you need here is a towel or an ab mat if you see on the floor, just for comfort for the forehead. You're going to see a couple of 2.5 pound plates. You don't need to load this if you don't want to. We're going to go over that in a second. And then a barbell or some type of implement that's just a couple of inches off the floor, all right, for the arms to clear, which you're about to see. So Leah's going to go ahead and go down into the floor in a prone position. So on her belly, forehead is resting on the ab mat, and arms down at her sides. And you can see we're going to bring the plates down at her sides. All right, and she's just going to grab those plates. And before she begins, we want to set our shoulders up by bringing, again, the shoulder blades down and in. All right, I like to tell folks that if I had my fingers in between your shoulder blades, you want to try and squeeze and hold my fingers throughout the entire movement. All right, so she's in a nice, real retracted position here. Okay, from here, she's going to go ahead and raise the weights up and then go overhead. So go ahead. Either way doesn't matter. Okay, and the point of the barbell is that, and then just do a few more reps. The point of the barbell is it's just a reference point for her to clear. All right, so as you start to go and get into a fatigue state, your arms may drop, and the barbell, you hit the barbell, that's a reference point like, oh, I got to bring my arms back up. Okay, so what we want to do is about 3 sets of about 15 reps, 12 to 15 reps. Now let's say you can't do all 15 reps loaded. Say on rep 10 you're getting smoked out. All right, just release the weights and continue on unloaded for 5 more reps. All right, just to finish off the set. And again, all principles apply here to still trying to clear the bar with the hands, with the retracted shoulders. All right, so that's good. That's a reverse snow angel. All right, so that's the first exercise we're going to do. The second and last one we're going to do. Right, and that's a deceiving exercise, and a lot of our folks here at the gym found that out recently. We did this as part of a workout strengthening piece. We had all this laid out on the floor. And they went ahead and did it. It looked like nothing at all, but by the end of that session, they were smoked out in the back of the shoulders. Okay. All right. So the next one that we're going to do is BatWings, and for this one, all you need is a bench. All right, and then a couple of dumbbells. The dumbbells don't need to be heavy. All right, so just light dumbbells. Okay. So again, Leah's going to go ahead and get on that bench in the prone position. Okay. Head down, forehead on the bench. Okay. She's going to go ahead and grab the dumbbells. Same principles apply here as in the previous exercise. We're going to set our shoulders up before we do any type of movement. So we're going to depress the shoulders, pull them back, and retract them. All right. And then from here, she's just going to do a rowing motion. So go ahead and pull the dumbbells up and hold. All right, the goal here is to drive the elbows up as high as you can, back behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades, and release. All right, so she's going to do a few more reps of that. All right, squeezing the shoulder blades at the top, 2 count hold, and release. All right, now look, when you're doing this, it's not a big range of motion like you normally would see in a dumbbell or barbell row. You can see when her arms are at rest on the ground, they're not fully extended. It doesn't matter. The top piece of the exercise is really the focal point here as she drives her elbows up and squeezes here. Okay, so that's the challenge right there. It does not need to be, a ton of weight, all right, nice and light, but again, here you want to get 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps of BatWings. And the reason why it's called BatWings is this: when she brings it up, when I'm standing behind her, her arms are looking like wings of a bat, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention here too is making sure that you're keeping those shoulders set, because if you come up and you start to elevate your traps as you pull, go ahead and do that, okay? That you're now compensating here for the weak mid-rhomboid, mid-trap, and you're using your upper traps and you're crushing that cervical spine, all right? And we really don't want to do that. We want to lay off the C-spine here by doing our depression and retraction of the scaps, and then go ahead and bring it up one more time. Okay, that's what we want to see. Good shoulder position here while she does the movement, okay? All right, so that is reverse snow angel and BatWings for some upper extremity posterior chain work. All right, we'll catch you next week.